especially coming with me. You got that high. Till the club gone, you can drink. You friends saying we don't care what they think.
What is up, y'all? It's just your Redneck here. How are we doing today? It is almost Easter, and unfortunately I have to make this video. I wish I would have put this video out sooner, but now is better than never. That being said, with it almost being Easter time, unfortunately during Easter a lot of bunnies are purchased from pet shops, sometimes even animal shelters, and before they're even a year old, or before you even have them for a year, they are returned, killed, and put out in the wild. And that is not okay. There's a hashtag called Choose Chocolate, and I'm very passionate about this hashtag because it is true. This Easter, instead of choosing to buy a bunny for your kids, buy chocolate, buy stuffed animals, buy other things, not a bunny, unless you do your research. Bunnies can be a 10-year commitment, if not more, depending on the breed, but typically 10 years. And if you're not prepared to take care of a bunny for 10 years, you should not be purchasing them. A lot of times people purchase them for Easter because bunnies unfortunately have the image that they are an Easter bunny, and so then people buy them for their kids for Easter to surprise them, and they soon realize that bunnies are more of a commitment than they think. Bunnies are not that easy to take care of. I have had 3 bunnies in my life. One of ours passed away in September. It's now April, and we still have 2. The one that passed away was 10 years old, and she just passed away of being old age. We did not have her for the 10 years. We found her at an animal shelter when she was 8, and a lot of people don't adopt older bunnies, so we knew we had to take her home and give her love. She was returned to the animal shelter because they said that she was aggressive, that she bit, she wasn't nice to their kids, and all that kind of stuff. That was completely not true. She was literally one of the nicest bunnies we have ever owned. She was so sweet. She never bit, and she just wanted to be loved. So, that being said, now that I've talked about the fact of why you should not buy bunnies during Easter time, also, not only that, bunnies, a lot of times, if you are going to resell a bunny, do not put it on Facebook Marketplace. Do not put it on the internet. I don't want to see them in animal shelters, but I'd much rather them be in animal shelters than on Facebook Marketplace or Facebook or on the internet, because a lot of times these bunnies end up snake food. I've seen it so many times. Literally, the bunny that we had, Ruby, that passed away, her breed is very, very common for them to feed them to snakes. I've literally seen it, and I've seen people, like snake owners, say that's not true, that's not true. Unfortunately, I'm not saying every snake, but unfortunately that is true. I've seen it personally. I've seen people buy these bunnies and feed them to their snakes and alligators and different things, and I don't want to see that happen. Bunnies are so cute, and they deserve to be loved. I'll show you my bunnies. I would like to tell you a little bit about them. So, we got our first bunny in like 2020, 2021. And together, and of course my partner grew up with bunnies. Like, his sisters both had bunnies, so they had 2 bunnies. Unfortunately one of them passed away, but they still do have the other one. And he had a guinea pig, which passed away in 2018, I believe. So he's always grew up with bunnies. I grew up with animals. I always had dogs, or a dog growing up, but never bunnies. And bunnies were never a thing that I ever thought I was going to own. until we got together, and before I even moved in with him. We were dating when he bought his place, but he ended up getting a bunny. Which happened was one of his coworkers was like, hey, I know you like bunnies. I have this bunny that I can't take care of anymore. Would you like him? And we got him, and that's when Jojo became our bunny, and he is so cute. He is a double lion head, so he's super rare. I want to say that he's like 6 years old. I could be wrong. Don't quote me that. I believe he's 6 years old. He's so fluffy. A big people person, I would say. He loves to be cuddled, but only like by me or by my partner. And he's honestly a character. He's so funny. Let me go get him and I'll show you guys him. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all, this is Jojo. Say hi. Oh, thank you. Oh my god, he loves to do this. I don't know why. He loves to do this. Jojo. But go back now. Go back. Oh my gosh. You're gonna scare me. Oh, please. I dropped my sunglasses. Go back. Okay. You're in my hair. Oh, I'm so glad I got that on video. That was so funny, y'all. Okay, this is Jojo. He was the first bunny we ever got. He's so cute. I love him so much. I literally cannot with him. So soft. He's so little. He's so cute. Okay, this video's over because, like, I just want to play with him now. I just want to pet him. I'm just kidding. It's not over, but he's so cute. Look at him. He's so cute. He's so cute. Honestly, he's usually not like this, where he just wants to be, like, held. Ow, you're in my hair. It could be my hair's down. That could be it. Yes. Okay. He's so cute. Do you want to be in the video? You want to be in the video? No? No, you don't want to be filmed today. Not about it. He said no. He said, don't bite me. Okay, can I put you down for a sec? Can I put you down? Oh, no, okay. We want to be up here. Okay. Okay, well, we'll move on to the other bunny. That is Ruby. She was 8 years old when we got her. And then she passed away when she was 10. Basically how we got her was, I really wanted a dog. And my partner knew that. And a friend of ours' brother had this dog that they didn't want anymore. And so my partner surprised me and got this dog for me. We went and picked him up, and this dog ended up being way different than what they said. And at the time, we lived in a townhouse, and this dog was a Pomeranian, Golden Retriever, a Husky, and like 2 other like types of breeds, all mixed in one. And we were told that he was a year old and that he was fully grown. That was not true. The picture we sent was like a picture of him as a puppy. We soon realized that that might not be the case, and he was doing like puppy biting, which was kind of weird for a dog who's a year old. And so we ended up going to the SPCA, and because that's where they got that dog, and we went to them and they were like, oh, we didn't even know you had that. So technically, if you get a dog from SPCA, you're supposed to switch them over to new owners if you end up giving them to somebody else after you got them. They didn't do that, and also we got the paperwork for the dog because they still had paperwork, and the dog ended up being like a Pomeranian, a Husky, a Golden Retriever, and like 2 other breeds of dog, and they were all super hyper dogs, and he was not a year old. He was a puppy still. And he was going to grow bigger. And at the time, we lived in a townhouse, so it wouldn't be fair to that dog if we kept him. So at that point, we tried to find the dog a new home. I didn't want to take him back to the SPCA, so we were trying to find a new home for him. And at that point, it had been some time. He was very aggressive to my partner. The dog got very attached to me, and anytime my partner would come near me, the dog would attack him, and that is not okay. So unfortunately, oh, and he was a beagle, I forgot, and a beagle. That was the other breed, and there was one more other thing. Anyways, they were all very hyper breeds that need more space, and a townhouse is not a space for them. Now, of course, if you lived where we do now, the dog would have been fine. But yeah, and basically we thought we were going to have to surrender the dog to the SPCA at some point, which I really didn't want to do. So my partner ended up having another meeting with SPCA to discuss what our options were, and kind of if we didn't have, by this date, if we didn't find owners for it, that we were going to surrender the dog, which I really didn't want to do. Luckily, I did find a friend of ours that I've known for a really long time that wanted the dog, and the dog is doing amazing now and is trained and everything else and thriving. But while he was at SPCA, he found Ruby, and I think she went by like Coco, like her tag was like Ruby aka Coco or something like that, so I think she was called like both names. And so I guess he fell in love with this bunny. I never even seen her, and he decided that she was 8 years old. No one's probably going to adopt her. She's pretty much had been at SPCA for so long that if she stayed there and we didn't get her, we felt like she was going to spend her entire life in the SPCA until she passed. So he ended up like adopting her that day, brought her home, never even seen her, and he goes, by the way, I got a bunny. And I was like, oh. But I ended up falling in love with her. She ended up being like my rabbit, and she was awesome. She was an amazing rabbit. She was so sweet. She would give you kisses, and it just, we were super happy to have her in our life and that we gave her a living life. Then moving on, fortunately, she did pass away in September. We knew it was coming. And when we got her, actually, they gave us arthritis medicine. They said that she had arthritis and that this was the medicine that she had to take all the time. And so we were giving her that medicine up until the bottle ran out. And once the bottle ran out, we tried to get another bottle because we were told like she had to be on this medicine. So we tried to get her another bottle, but nobody would give it to us without a prescription. But we couldn't get a prescription, and at the time SPCA was the vet that we were going to. We have a different vet now, but SPCA was the vet that we were going to. And at this point, SPCA decided to drop rabbits. They decided to drop rabbits and not take care of rabbits anymore. They decided to drop rabbits and not take care of rabbits anymore. And so they wouldn't prescribe us new medication. At some point, we got SPCA. We got PetSmart to send it to us. We paid the money for it, and then it just never showed. And then the money got refunded. So I don't know what happened there. And so she ended up being off of it. But then we soon found out she was a very, outgoing rabbit. She would run around. She was like a whole new rabbit. Instead of just laying around all day long. And so we never ended up putting her back on the medicine. We never tried to get the medicine. We just let her go, and she was thriving. And time passed. We decided to think about getting another rabbit. We wanted another rabbit. And so we were going to animal shelters to see what kind of rabbit we wanted to adopt. And after we went to the third place that we went to, we were looking at a rabbit. I was kind of interested in the rabbit. He wasn't really interested in this rabbit. And we were like, well, what's the file? Like, can we look at the rabbit's file before we decide? So we're looking at the file, and I'm looking at medicine this bunny is on. And I see the medicine, and I recognize the name of the medicine. It's the same medicine that Ruby was on. And I look over at the vet tech or whatever that was there at this particular shelter, and she goes, yeah, he's this rabbit is on that medicine because he's recently been fixed, and he has to be on that medicine for a couple months or whatever, a couple weeks, or I think they had like 3 weeks left or 3 months or something, I don't know, something like that. And then they're off of it. And I was like, wait a second, this medicine is for and she's like, yeah, we only put rabbits on that medicine for 3 months or 3 weeks after they get fixed, and then they don't have to take it. And I'm like, no way. And so I explained the situation. She was like, that's really weird. Yeah, no, that's not a medicine for arthritis. So it turns out SPCA was, I don't know, like telling us to give her this arthritis medicine that wasn't actually arthritis medicine. Which was crazy. And she literally thrived when we took her off this medicine. Okay. This is coffee. We got her after we got Ruby. So her story is, yeah, they've never been out here before, so they're like, where are we at? So her story is that she actually was thrown out of a window of a moving truck. Sorry, she sheds so much. She's all over my nose. Okay. Pollen on top of that, not great. Well, anyways, she was thrown out of a window of a moving truck one day, and her brother, she had a brother, was also thrown out, and we were able to catch her. Fortunately, we were not able to catch her brother, and her neck was really skinny, like they had a collar on her. We don't do that. Do not put bunnies in collars. And she had so many fleas, ticks, all kinds of stuff. And she She's very, very skinny. She's not anymore. She's very skinny, bony, and just not in a good health. I'm not really sure how the brother looked. I'm not the one who caught her and her and stuff. And of course, unfortunately, they weren't able to catch her brother. And that said person put it up on Facebook and was like, this is the situation that happened. I have 3 big dogs, so I unfortunately cannot take care of her. Anybody who's able to take care of her. So we went that night and went and picked her up. And we've had her ever since. They do not know how old she is. We tried to take her to the vet, and we did take her to the vet. We took her to the vet, and they could not figure out how old she is. So we don't know if she's older than JoJo, if she's younger than JoJo. We really don't know. We assume that she's younger than Ruby was, but we don't know, and also, the doctor said that she's, the healthiest out of all 3 of the bunnies, which is crazy to us. All of our bunnies answer to their name, except for her. She doesn't answer to her name, unfortunately. But she's very cute and soft. She is a Lionhead Holland Lot mix. And she does bite, but only if you're petting her, and then you stop petting her, she'll kind of turn around and try to bite you. Oh, like that. Because she does love cuddles. And she's kind of potty trained, but kind of not. Usually she's fine when she's around, but if she's on your bed and she's comfortable, she will just pee. She'll just pee. So there's that. What else there, Coffee? Anything else you want me to add? No? Okay. Well, there's that about Coffee. Her hair is all over me. I'm about to be sneezing. Okay. I'm gonna bring her back inside. But we never ended up getting another rabbit from a shelter. We ended up with Coffee instead. But yes. So basically, y'all, that is my 3 rabbits. I can't imagine my life without them now. It has definitely been interesting, but I just feel like I had to make this video just to explain a little bit of why you shouldn't get rabbits for Easter, and that you should choose chocolate. Hashtag choose chocolate, or stuffed animals, or a book, or something else instead of a rabbit. And I wanted to introduce you guys to my rabbits. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and you've learned a little bit, and you'll do your research and you won't get rabbits for Easter. Just saying. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye.